Well, hello there, and welcome to Amore with Allie. This once-a-week show covers love and romance topics with a metaphysical twist. Now, in case you don't know who I am, I'm Allie. Hello there. I'm a certified sex coach and relationship intuitive who's the creator of out-of-body ecstasy. It's a personal energy method used in dreams, astral travel, or telepathy to enhance your romantic life, no matter if you're in a relationship or if you're flying solo. Now, besides this show, I have another love and relationship show called The Allie Thies Show on Thursday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern on Blog Talk. Also on Blog Talk is a sex topic show called The Passion Zone, and that's on Monday nights from 6:30 to 7 p.m. also on Blog Talk. What else do I got? I have obviously this Amore with Allie on agelessknowledge.com, and I have Amore with Allie on Woo 91 FM here in Worcester. Whew. I exhaust myself. To find out more about me and all the stuff I do, please visit my website, which is alliethies.com. Why? I apologize for the grayish sweatshirt I have on. I'm really pressed for time tonight, and since I wanted to do this on Monday, because I want Monday to be my Amore with Allie day, I didn't change my shirt. Usually I change my shirt into something nicer, but ting, did you hear it? There's that Windows 8 again. Gosh darn it all. Did the same thing last week. But yeah, so I still have a gray shirt on. I know you guys will forgive me, but my necklace has color in it, and so does my hair. So there you go. Now, last time we talked about intrigue. Oh, what a wonderful topic. I love talking about intrigue, and the affirmation I used dealt with intrigue. It was, intrigue is my friend. It moves me forward and shows me the light. If you're curious about something, if you're intrigued about something, it's a very good thing. As long as, of course, it doesn't put you or anybody else in danger. There are limits to some things. But that was the intrigue affirmation from last week. And at the bottom of this show, I will have another affirmation for this week. Announcements. Do I have any? The Amore with Allie on Woo 91 FM is on hiatus until, if I can see my calendar, March 29th. College of Worcester, which is where the radio station is at, they are on spring break. And them lucky dogs are gone 2 weeks. I've never had 2 weeks spring break in my life. So they're gone 2 weeks. They don't get back until the week of the 25th. I need my glasses. I have to squint so I can see. And so, obviously, my show's on a Friday, so therefore the 29th. I'll be back the 29th if you want to tune in, and I hope you do, because it's different than this show, although it carries the same name. This one has a metaphysical twist to it, and that one is like, I guess, straight and narrow, for lack of a better way to put it. I do answer questions of a metaphysical nature, but the topics are usually straight dating and love and marriage and practical tips that you can use. Now, the quote of the week this time was by Bruce Lee. Yes, Bruce Lee, the deceased martial art god, once said this. This is a really good quote, which is why I'm including it today. Love is like friendship caught on fire. In the beginning, a flame very pretty, often hot and fierce, but still only light and flickering. As love grows older, our hearts mature and our love becomes as coals, deep burning and unquenchable. That is a fantastic way to put love. At the beginning, the flame, it burns very hot and fierce, but it's still light and it flickers. That's the lust stage. And then as you move to the coal stage, which if coals are, deep and long-lasting and burning, that is the deep, passionate love stage. The kind of love that lasts a lifetime, so that's a good thing. Okay, first question here. If you want to send me a question for the show, it's at amore@agelessknowledge.com. You can send me an email. Or you can go to my website, look at Allie's shows, click on it, click on Amore with Allie, fill out the little form, hit send, and here we are. And it's free. And as I always say, free is really quite good. Everybody who sends me a question gets thrown into a hopper to get a free full-length reading from yours truly. And so far, all the readings have been going really well. They've been very helpful to the people I've done them to. So, send me your question. Now, this question here is from Esteem, and they write, why do I keep attracting the wrong guy? I'm tired of getting my heart ripped out and stepped on. Well, can't say I blame you. Getting your heart ripped out and, stepped on hurts. And, after a period of time, pain just sucks. I personally can't stand pain at all, which still amazes me, the fact that I had a child. Not the pain now that he's 16, he'll be 13 in a couple months, God help me. But the pain of actually giving birth. Thank God for drugs. But, interesting that this question happens to be here because the topic of the week, I'm going to be talking about the 4 laws of energy attraction. And really, SD, I'm going to answer your question in the topic of the week because you're attracting the wrong guys because you're putting the vibe out for the wrong guys. My eye is like leaking. I'm leaking. This can't be good. So, if I smear what makeup I have on, I look like a raccoon. Sorry. Forgive me and please come back next week. But we attract the wrong people because we put the wrong vibe out. When we put that vibe out that we need somebody, that we want somebody, and usually we want them now, we attract whomever can be ours now. Doesn't necessarily have to be a good person, just that they're available for us right now, and they show up. When we think not very well of ourselves, if we have low self-esteem, we attract people who also have low self-esteem. Like attracts like. So if you want to start attracting the right person to you, number one, you need to fix you. And I don't think you're broken, per se. What I think is your self-esteem is damaged. And anything that's damaged is repairable. You just have to know it's damaged, and then you have to work on fixing it. And one of the best things I found to help self-esteem is affirmations every day. And also looking at yourself in the mirror every morning, no matter how messed up you look from the night before, from your sleep. I mean, when I wake up in the morning, my hair's like tilted. I look like I came out of The Simpsons. It's quite scary. But I still tell myself every morning, you know what, Allie? I love you. You are a fantastic person, regardless how I look. Even when I'm sick, I tell myself how fantastic I am, because I am fantastic. And you know what, SD, you're fantastic too. You just have to tell yourself that. You have to realize it, because somewhere down the line, somewhere in your life, you jumped off that trail, jumped off that SD path, and veered. You veered way over here. And when you veered, one of the reasons you veered probably is because somebody told you that you weren't good enough. And once somebody tells us we're not good enough, and I don't care who it is, once that seed gets planted and it's in our head and we think about it, then that seed starts to grow, starts to multiply. Before you know it, you got a whole set of weeds in your head. Weeds. You want roses. So look at yourself in the morning and tell yourself every single day how flippin' fantastic you are. You're not lying to yourself, you're telling yourself the truth. Okay? Once you build that self-esteem up and you're feeling good about yourself, you will attract to you the same type of guys. Those who have good self-esteem and those who feel good about themselves. Because like attracts like. Which, let's jump into the topic of the week, shall we? I came across this article, Dr. Completely out of my head. Orlorf? No, that's probably wrong. Starts with an O. She's a doctor. And deals with energy and intuition and attraction. Orloff. I think you're going to know who I'm talking about. Because if you have a inkling, you've probably already Googled. And you're like, oh yeah, I know who that person is. Anyways, she did a article on the 4 laws of energy attraction. And I found this so interesting and so real and so true, I'm going to tell you about the article and put my 2 cents in as I go along. Now, the law number 1, she states, and I highly agree with, is we attract who we are. Hence the like attract like. The more positive energy we give off, the more we receive. Same with negativity. The more negativity we get off, the more we receive. Love attracts love. Grumpiness attracts grumpiness. Which makes you think about the grumpy cat. Have you seen that cat? The grumpy cat with the patty face. I wonder if its owner is grumpy. Just a random thought. But passion attracts passion, rage attracts rage, love attracts love, hate attracts hate. You got the drill. First of all, what you want to do is you want to identify or define what being positive does and doesn't mean for you in terms of attitude and behavior. Don't worry if you're far from a positive place. You know, we all get off that beaten path, as I mentioned earlier. It's evolution. It's something you work on. It's a constant form of transformation. Because there's always going to be somebody out there who tries to knock us down a few inches, a few realms, a few steps, a few levels of energy. Whatever they can do, they try to knock it out of you. So we are, even though our energy is high, we still attract people who want to beat us down to their level. Verbally, not physically. But you need to watch out for that, and so I hope it's constant evolution and revolution that you're working on yourself. Whew. Now the idea she's talking about here is to find reciprocally, I can't say that word, nourishing interactions. And you're not setting out to win a popularity contest. You want to be positive and influential towards somebody, and in return they're going to be positive and influential. Okay? It feels good to be liked. We all like to be liked. But there are people who are obsessed with being liked, and that's not a good thing. So you want to give out positive energy and get back positive energy in the same thing. She suggests you identify your best qualities and project them out to the world. Now, before you go into a meeting or before you go to meet new people, think about your strengths. We all have something we're good at. And that's what you want to focus on as you go into that meeting. Don't think about, holy crap, I gained 12 pounds over Christmas or over winter, and now I'm just like a big flat blob. Don't think about that. Think about, I'm highly creative. I am fast on my feet, intellectually speaking. I think whatever it is positive, and that's what you go into that meeting with, or the networking event, or the speed dating, or the blind date, whatever it is, your dating site, if you're on a dating site. If you have a sense of humor, that's what you want to project. So yeah, there you go. It's been one of those days. Law number 2. Intuition clarifies smart choices. Relationships are tricky. You don't say. They can be a big blur even when your eyes are open. Ain't that the truth? We've learned to draw conclusions from surface data, how nice someone seems, how well they look, or is educated, how a situation adds up on paper. But actual attraction goes deeper than that. To make it work for you, other ingredients must be considered. Respect your intuitions about relationships and identify those that highlight compatible matches. Now, what may be obscure as the picture is anxiety or an intense sexual attraction. So anxiety can blur it, so can the intense sexual attraction. You know, the kind you jump into bed with and you wake up the next morning and you're like, holy crap. Those type of things, it does happen. If anxiety or that strong sexual attraction is there, you're going to want to take a step back and think about the situation and try to tune into your intuitive side. Okay, you want to tune in, and if you're confused about a friendship or a potential relationship, think about yourself. Think about the relationship. When you think about it, do you feel troubled and nervous, or do you feel energized and safe? If you feel troubled or nervous, you walk away. If you feel energized and safe, you walk towards. Okay? You want to act on vibes. Insecurity, ego, lust, or stubbornness can obscure your better judgment. If a person feels positive, explore the possibilities. If the vibes are mixed, take a pass and at least wait a little bit. If all you sense is negative, have the courage to walk away, no matter how tempting the option seems. Then observe, listening to the energy in this way leads you to the juiciest opportunities for love and for other things. Law number 3. Seeing the best in people magnetizes them. Oh yeah. It does. Instead of looking at somebody or looking at a situation in the worst possible light, choose to find something positive in it and energize those positive qualities. The object isn't to flatter somebody and make them, feel like they're king of the world. Be nice, be politically correct, of course. Don't ignore. I can't even talk. Don't ignore intuitive red flags. You don't want to deny someone's dark side or what? Wait a minute. Rewind. Let's go back to this again. Law number 3, seeing the best in people magnetizes them. We got that. Let me read this again. Instead of reflectively accentuating the worst in a person or situation, choose to energize positive qualities. Okay. The object isn't to flatter, make nice, be politically correct, or ignore intuitive red flags, nor to deny someone's dark side or placid abusers. Your goal is to mine the gold in positive relationships and elevate the communication in more difficult ones. Whew, I got lost in there for a minute. I'm glad I rewound, and then went forward again. We want to have the goodness in us acknowledged. Makes sense. If you want to connect with someone, notice his or her assets. Everybody has some. Let's say a co-worker is snitty. Who's snitty? Is that even a word? Realize people, happy people aren't snitty or snotty or snooty. Anytime I think of snitty or snotty or snooty, did you ever see Ferris Bueller's Day Off? If you have the waiter that's the maitre d' that's in the upscale restaurant, or the manager, whatever the heck he is, that doesn't want to seat Ferris in the group, he is snooty, snotty. And I think Ferris even calls him that. But when I think of those qualities, that's the first character or person that pops into my head. So say you run into somebody who is snooty, snotty, and instead of being snooty, snotty back, you want to direct the energy. Comment on, I don't know, if it's a female, their nice shoes, or their hair, or their jewelry. If it's at work, comment on the long hours they might be putting in. The point is, you want to find something positive. Don't be snippy back. Snippy attracts more snippiness. So as soon as you recognize that you are being snippy back to them, which is easy to do, then you grab it, you stop, you reverse, and you do something positive. Okay, and then law number 4 here is soulful giving generates abundance. We've all heard about that. Oprah is very good at this. Giving is supposed to feel good. If it doesn't feel good, well, there's something wrong. Something was certainly off. Soulful giving enlarges your capacity to be more caring. You give for the joy of it, expecting nothing in return. In contrast, codependent giving bleeds life force. It's driven by obligation, guilt, or the martyr-like complex. It leaves the giver feeling sucked dry, unappreciative, and put upon. Put upon. 2 words that go together. Put upon. I don't know. It sounds like it's a product that you would find on eBay or Etsy. What are you selling? I'm selling a put upon. I don't know. You want to give to something for reasons that energize you, not because you're taking inappropriate responsibility for others. Like, for instance, and I'm going to completely screw up his name. His first name's Ian. That name I can do. Starts with an S. He's very hot. He plays Damon on the Vampire Diaries. I'm sorry, Ian, I can't say your last name. Not even on a good day. But Ian has an organization, ISF, I believe it's called, that donates to animals, or takes care of animals and the environment. Now, I donate there because, not because it's him, and not because he's quite hot. I donate because he is passionate about 2 areas of the planet that I am deeply in love with, involved with, which is animals. And anybody who knows me knows how much I love animals and the environment. Something I'm extremely concerned about. But I give, not expecting, hey, Ian to give me a call and say, hey, Allie, man, thanks for this contribution. Thumbs up. No. Although I wouldn't hang up on them. I do it because I love to help animals. I contribute to the local humane society for the same reason. I do it because I love animals, not to get something in return from the humane society. I do it because of the animals. That's what they're talking about. You love children, or donate to some sort of children's organization, or the elderly, or the homeless, or the single parent families who struggle to make ends meet. I'm sure there's an organization out there for that. Donate to that. It's what you're passionate about, what you want to help, what you want to help change. That's what you give to, and you don't expect anything in return. That's foundation. ISF. The F is foundation. I kept thinking Federation, like the Federation Starship Enterprise. I don't know why. Again, it's Monday and it's been one of those days. So anyways, when you give to somebody or give to something, organization or person, give spontaneously. Have you heard about those people who walk around at Christmas time and like the Santa Clauses in disguise, and they give money to people they don't know? Say, here's $100. Or people who pay off other ones' layaways. I'd love to be able to do that. I would. I'd love to be able to go into Kmart and say, here's $500, pay off some layaways. Those layaways that have children or older adults who are on fixed income. I would love it. That'd make me so happy. And give anonymously. People don't have to know that you give. Unless someone looks at my checks, they'll know it's me. But, I don't, except for now. Except now, I don't normally vocalize who I give to. I give to more charities than the ones I've mentioned. But I'm not saying, hey, man, I just gave all my money to these guys. I don't do it because I want people to know I did it. I do it because it's, again, something I'm passionate about. So that's what you can do too. But if you go about these laws and you follow these laws, it helps open the heart chakra. It helps to give out this wondrous, stupendous energy that just attracts the same. It attracts to you the people, places, projects, situations, jobs, wealth, whatever it is you're looking for. It opens it up. It brings it to you. How can you argue with that? You can't. You just can't. So, the 4 laws, that went on a lot longer than I ever expected it to, but there you go. Next question here from a viewer. If you want to see me a question again, it's Amore at agelessknowledge.com, or go to the website, Allie Show, click on Amore with Allie, fill out the form, and hit send. And here we go. This is from HK and MK. So how do you know when it's time just to move on? I've been married for 15 years and I'm miserable. We went to counseling, nothing changed. My wife hasn't been my best friend in a very long time. She's instead, she's nothing. She's not a friend, she's not a lover, she's not even an enemy. We have children. Okay, I would have said it when you went to counseling and then nothing changed, then it's time to move on. When you are stuck in a holding pattern, literally, it doesn't matter if it's marriage or a job or financially. If you're stuck in a holding pattern, that means something has to change. And if you've exhausted the path of trying to work things out, if you've exhausted the path of counseling or just trying to make it work, then it's time to move on. Children are surprisingly very not realistic. They are. They're children. Resilient? Resilient. That's the word I'm looking for. They're very resilient. They bounce back a lot faster than you think. When they see that their parents are happy, then they're happy. When they see that their parents are flipping miserable, they're flipping miserable. My parents are divorced. I got through it just fine. Obviously, as you know, I'm divorced, and my son is just fine. I mean, my ex and I, we have our differences, hence why we're exes. But when it comes to him, I mean, we're a unified front. My son knows a lot of love from both of us. It was tough for him at first, I'm not going to lie. He was 7 when we got divorced. But, you know, he's 12, going to be 13, and he's doing great. So, when you're faced with a situation where you're stuck, I mean, you've got to change something. You can't keep doing the same thing expecting a different outcome, which I believe is the definition of crazy. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. Doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same damn outcome. You know? If I sit there and watch Netflix all the time, and, I don't know, Stargates, we'll just go with the Stargates. If I watch them all the time, am I going to get anything done? Am I going to get my schoolwork done? Am I going to do well in school? Am I going to do something with my business? Am I going to help more people? No. So if I keep watching Stargate all the time, I'm like, God, I don't have any money. Wonder why. Hello. I got to change the whole Stargate thing. That doesn't mean switching to CSI Miami. It means drill back on the Netflix. So if you're doing something with your wife and it's not working and you try time and time again and you're getting the same result, it's time to change it. Yeah. You know, some people stay married because of children. Some people stay married because of children and religious reasons. God is forgiving. God is loving. God is not judgmental. Humans are judgmental. Humans are limited in scope. God is not. Getting divorced does not put God out of joint. He or she does not think any less of you. God wants you to be happy. Why would He want you to stay miserable? I say He. God can be a he or a she. I don't know. I really don't know. Saying that God is God, I think God could be either. Or both. But why would any loving creator of everything want you to be miserable? It doesn't make sense to me. So, I would say now it's time to move on. That's just my 2 cents, but you did ask for it, so there you go. When you're stuck in a holding pattern, you got to change something. And if the last thing it is that you can change is for you to leave, then that's what you have to do. Okay? Okay, but thank you very much for sending in your question. Now, the magical item of the week, must take a drink of this coffee. Hold on. Cold. Which normally I like, but for right now, I don't know. Maybe it's the rain. The dampness of it all. I don't know. It's Ohio. The magical item of the week, ruby. I like rubies. I like rubies as just a stone. I like rubies as a cut gem. And I like ruby on Once Upon a Time. Because ruby is the Red Riding Hood. Yeah, I like her. Good character. But in this, the magical item of the week, the ruby, it's projective. It deals with fire and Mars. The different things it can help you with is sexual energy, wealth, protection, power, joy, and anti-nightmare. For the sexual energy, you know, red stones, as I talked about last week, deals with blood and blood flow. If you burn an orange candle, which is the sexual energy color, is orange, and you put the ruby next to it, and imagine yourself having wondrous sexual energy, as much as you positively need. When the candle burns down, discard the wax, and then carry the ruby with you. Whether it's you wear it, you carry it in your pocket when you go out, or you leave it next to your bed. As long as it's with you, it will help you with your sexual energy. For wealth, they used to carve dragons into the rubies. The dragons added extra power and extra oomph to the ruby, which is good for wealth. So whoever would have a ruby carved with a dragon into it would have more wealth than a person with a ruby with no dragon in it. For protection, you can put it in the house anywhere. You can wear it. Shoos away anything negative or evil with people with negative energy. So it's good for that. And if you wear ruby jewelry, now it's only wearing the jewelry, but it tends to banish sadness and negative thought patterns. So SD, if you have any ruby jewelry, it'd be a good time to wear it. It'll help you with your negative thought patterns and your self-esteem issues. Okay? So those are rubies. And when you use a ruby for magic, it doesn't have to be the real nice, polished, beautiful kind that you spend hundreds upon hundreds of dollars on. It can be the rough kind that someone just pulled out of a mine that may not be jewelry cut worthy. It's a ruby. So, just my 2 cents there. Next week I know what I'm going to do. I'm lucky I knew what I was going to do today. But it'll be yummy, whatever it is. Now the affirmation for this week is, my heart is open to give and receive love. It's nice, isn't it? So say it again, my heart is open to give and receive love. Now with this, it opens you up, it opens up your heart chakra, sends out a nice positive ray of energy for you to give out love to the world, and then love comes back to you. So say it several times a day, every day, between now and the show next week. And it will help you open up and give and receive love. Good stuff. Now, if you want to see a past episode of Amore with Allie, if you just happen to come by the show now, you can get past episodes on YouTube or at agelessknowledge.com. They're both places. Now, next week, what is next Monday? What is next Monday? The 11th? No. Today's the 11th. 18th. I kept thinking there was something going on next Monday, but now that I'm going to mention it, I don't know what it is. I guess we'll find out, huh? But I want to thank you guys for stopping by, for tuning in, for watching, listening. If you could do me a favor and share Amore with Allie with a couple of your friends, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. So the more people who watch is the more people I can help. The more people I can help means the more people who will watch more. And it just goes around and around and around. And it's a good thing. Because I like helping people, or I wouldn't be doing what I do. Right? Right. So until next time, don't forget, guys, keep loving, keep living, and of course, keep laughing. Take care of yourselves.